Hi, Cousin Leaguers. This is John. I heard that we needed someone to do a championship game preview, and I figured I'd step up to the plate and do that. All right, I'm going to start by sharing my screen right here. All right. So, in the championship game this year, we've got Matty Ailes and Josh Buchel. And before I get into previewing the game itself, I figured we should get to know both of these teams. So, to start, all the way back on draft night, Maddie had the third overall pick. And with that, she took Saquon Barkley. And Josh had the 10th pick, with which he used to take Malik Neighbors. So they both were involved in different parts of the draft. Maddie being more closer to the front and Josh being more closer to the back. Along the way, each team had some good picks in the draft that got them to this point. Josh specifically had Puka Nakua in the second round, Maddie with T. Higgins, and Maddie snagged the second leading rusher in the NFL, Jonathan Taylor, in the third round, and Josh selected the leading rusher, James Cook III, in the third round. Now, during the season, starting with Josh's schedule, Josh got off to a roaring start. I mean, won his first three games and looked like the true team to beat along the way during these 3 weeks. But in week 4, he ran into the injury bug. During this week, he lost his first round pick, Malik Neighbors. And I think Josh would tell you that losing Neighbors definitely put his team in more of a struggle after this, as Josh would go on to lose 5 of his next 7 games during this span. But the good thing for Josh was he had built up a nice cushion on points scored during this early season stretch that he was able to win some tiebreakers and get into the postseason, especially. Especially the thing that helped out during and after, excuse me, after his 3-0 stretch was winning a bunch of close games, as Josh won 4 games that were decided by one score or less. And in the postseason, his team has really been realizing their true potential, winning a competitive game against Ian Corbett with the help of Brock Purdy, James Cook, and Puka Nakua, and Jameson Williams. Yep. 4 guys scoring over 26 points against Ian. And then for Josh, the real impressive thing to witness was his win over Patrick last week. And I can even say from my experience, I've been playing 11 years now in fantasy football, and I can say I have never seen this good of a game done by a 4 or 5 seed against a 1 seed in my entire career. I mean, Josh's game plan was honestly really impressive. I mean, Puka Nakua James Cook, Justin Herbert, and DJ Moore, along with the Saints defense, really gave Josh an incredible score in this round at 179.5. I mean, just really, really impressive. I mean, no way other way to put it. Yep, to put it. No other way to put this. Hey, Hal. Yep. And that's no discredit to Patrick. I mean, Patrick had one of the best seasons in a long, long time. I mean, 12 straight wins, like tied the league record. I mean, which was set originally by me in year one, and also tied the best record of all time in a regular season, 12-2, which both me belongs to both me and Carolyn in years four and me in year five. So I mean, so Patrick, you got nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, these things do happen in fantasy football. I mean, I even have gone through my share of really tough losses like this. But you know what? I'm really proud of you, buddy. I mean, you did a great job this year and you really improved your skill. But yes, I mean, Josh did win this game and he did a good job. I mean, and really impressive game plan. And that has led him to reach the title game. Now, I think it's time we talk about Maddie's regular season. So, Maddie's regular season was interesting. They started off at 5-3 through 8 weeks, and then went through a little bit of a tough stretch, losing 4 of 5 to put them on the brink of making the playoffs. Now, in week 14, Maddie needed a win to get in the postseason. And interestingly enough, she was a little bit late in setting her lineup that week. But this turned out to be basically a blessing in disguise because this allowed her to make several moves which really helped get get in there. Sorry about that. Yeah. 1 second. So, sorry about that. Just had to take care of one fast distraction. There you go. Now we're back. Anyways, so this allowed her to find Dallas Goddard, tight end from Philadelphia, which was available on the waiver wire. And actually, as I'll say in a little bit, really has become a key for her to make, her not only make the playoffs, but make a run. Yep. And in this week, she was able to find Kimani Vidal as well, put him in her lineup at the flex, and got some much needed help from Cameron Dicker, the kicker, which propelled her to the postseason. As I think without, you know, I mean, just goes to show you sometimes patience is the key. I mean, and it's better late than never because this win actually helped her win a tiebreaker against Anthony Perez to get her into the postseason as the sixth seed. Now, in the postseason, I will admit that Maddie's team really has surprised me, a lot. I mean, I myself will say I was not thinking that she would win her first game against AJ and Peter. But led by strong performances from the aforementioned Dallas Goddard and Matthew Stafford and Saquon Barkley, she was able to get by AJ and Peter. And I guess in the process, get a little revenge for last year's title game, which she unfortunately came up just short in. But, I mean, this was only the beginning for Maddie's team. As the next week, she was able to go up against the number two seed, Ben Buchel, and win against him. I mean, with some great performances by Jared Goff, Saquon Barkley, and Zay Flowers, to name a few. And I will say, I think we should give Ben Buchel a shout out as well, right here, as Ben Buchel really did make some bold moves this year. I mean, taking Christian McCaffrey in the first round. I mean, I know that it has been mentioned a lot on prior podcast episodes, like that Ben had made a bold move with Christian McCaffrey, but I wanted to say that that was really a brave move by Ben, in the draft this year. I mean, I know very few people wanted to touch him because they were concerned about the injuries, but he really did come through, and that was done well. And then Ben had drafted Dak Prescott, Nico Collins, to name a few. I mean, Ben really did make some great moves this year, and I know he didn't get to the title game, but I think Ben deserved a little shout out, you know, for making it this far. All right. Now, I think it is time that we go and preview the title game. So, I guess the best way to put this is, these are two teams that maybe didn't have, the most perfect regular season, but they did finish strong. They both finished strong at the end of the season, snuck into the playoffs, and now have made it all the way to the championship game. I mean, really, it's impressive. I mean, yep, the number five seed Josh Buchel and the number six seed Matty Ailes. I mean, it's not very often in a 16 postseason that you see the five and six seeds playing for the championship, but here we are. Now, in the prior two matchups, Josh had gotten the upper hand, winning by roughly 26 in the first meeting and 6 in the second. But obviously, this is the championship game week, and both teams, are playing well, and really anything can happen. I would say right now, obviously, Maddie has not set her lineup yet, which I know will change, but overall, I mean, I think this will be a pretty competitive game. I mean, I would say that a key for both teams would be starting with Maddie. The key thing for her to win will be her running backs will have to really get her off to a good start and really try to control the pace. Because Maddie's team is more built, I think, on a solid run game being used to set up the QB and receivers. And really, this has allowed her to control the pace in each of her first two games. And really have a good floor and a good ceiling and not have to play too much from behind. Now, for Josh, it's a little bit of a different story. Josh's team is more built on the back of horrific receiver play. I mean, Puka Nakua, George Pickens, DJ Moore. I mean, that team is really, really built to play through the air. I mean, and the wide receivers might, take the headlines, but Josh also has a very underrated running back room. I mean, James Cook probably doesn't get enough credit for, being the NFL's leading rusher and having a lot of big play and receiving ability. Both sides have had pretty good contributions from their kickers. I mean, Maddie has obviously Dicker the kicker, like nearly automatic from wherever he is on the field. I mean, probably probably the best kicker in the NFL. I mean, if you ask me. And then Josh has Andy Borregales, a pretty good kicker from the Patriots. I mean, tied to a good offense and is nearly automatic from inside 50. But I think something that is real interesting about both these teams is they both have really taken different strategies to get here. I mean, Maddie has kind of kept more of her team together like most of the season, and they have not done as many waiver moves. I mean, except more when necessary. And kind of it just shows you that like the value of patience with one's team. I mean, because sometimes it's just, waiting, waiting on, the guys to hit their stride and making moves when they're just absolutely necessary and timely. Now, for Josh, Josh has been a bit more active, let's say. He has made more, probably the most waiver moves of anybody in the league this year and has truly taken like a pure aggressive hands-on approach with his team. Like, and I would say that in terms of the waivers and managing one's team, that no one has outworked Josh this year easily. I mean, Josh has definitely been the most active member, like in terms of making roster moves and managing his team. And of course, sending out, trade offers, I would say. I mean, pretty aggressive, but it's really worked out well for him. And he has, gotten this far. I mean, so pretty impressive, you know, pretty impressive work by both these teams. They both embody the value of it's not how you start, it's how you finish. I mean, in both these teams, both embody that a bit in just some different ways than usual. Now, in terms of the game, right now, obviously, as I've mentioned before, Maddie has not quite set her line. I mean, we're still probably waiting for her to switch out Kimani Vidal for another player on her bench, maybe Marvin Harrison or Xavier Worthy. And we'll have to see if she decides to go with Jared Goff or Matthew Stafford. But I have a feeling that she will put up a good effort. And I know this year she's looking to come away with her first championship after being so close last year against AJ and Peter. And this is actually the second straight year that Maddie has made the championship game. And funny enough, no other person has ever done this before in the Cousin League, make the championship game back to back years. So Maddie, you've done a really good job. I mean, and it's really impressive to see your team make it, this far. And I think that you will play a good game in the title game, play well in the title game. I think you will do that. Now, for Josh, I know he's favored and has been very, very active in checking his lineup this week. And I think that he has some interesting tricks up his sleeve. I mean, going with Taysom Hill at tight end is really an interesting call because I know last week they gave him a lot of work, both in the rushing and receiving game, and also thinking of it, letting him throw once for a touchdown. So he's like the ultimate Swiss Army knife. I mean, can kind of just do everything. It's really impressive. And I think the DJ Moore decision to start over Jamison Williams is certainly interesting. It's certainly an interesting one. But as DJ Moore showed last week, I mean, he is definitely capable of stepping up in the big moment. So, I mean, what I think we have this year is a very interesting title game with two good teams that have really done a lot this year. And I can't wait to see how it goes and see who ends up lifting the trophy. Will it be Maddie for the first time or Josh for the first time? And I guess I should also mention real quick that this is also Josh's first appearance in the title game. So, I mean, it's really nice, nice to see, somebody new, make the title game this year who's worked really hard and done a lot of great things. All right. So I think with that, I will wrap up, the preview. I mean, and I wish all the people in the Cousin League a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I hope you all are, gonna have a great day and enjoy spending it with your families. Thanks. This is John signing off.